We got married. Yep, we got married here in Thailand. It's something we've been keeping under wraps a bit, but we have told our family and friends.
So anyone who knows me might think it's a bit odd that I got married. I've always been quite against the idea, not because of Andrew or anything, but just because it's not something that I particularly believe in or care about. I don't think we should have to legitimise our relationship with a piece of paper, but there are some reasons we decided to do it, and we'll explain those later on. But for now, we are happy to be married.
Yes.
It was just very simple. No ceremony, no rings, no dress, no guests, no nothing. It was literally just we went through the legal process in Thailand, got the papers signed, and that was it.
We're really lucky to have such supportive and generous parents that they gave us a bit of money so that we could celebrate. It wasn't much of a surprise to them because they knew that if it was something we were ever going to do, this is the way we would do it.
Yeah, so we just booked a hotel in Chiang Mai. We didn't want to go far, so we hired a car and we're staying about half an hour away in Hang Dong, up in the mountains, which is just what we like.
We feel a little bit out of place, and we wouldn't normally be seen in this kind of hotel because it is so luxurious.
Yeah.
But it is really nice to indulge ourselves. So, why did we decide to get married? Well, firstly, even though we've been together for nearly 12 years now, and we're always with each other, and all our stuff is shared, all our money, our possessions, everything, the blog, for example, we're not legally, or we weren't legally each other's next of kin. Now, however, we are. And that's going to make things much easier if anything does happen to us while we're travelling. Hopefully, of course, nothing will happen. We've been very lucky so far. Everything's been fine. Nothing serious has happened, but you never know what could be around the corner.
So the reason why we first discussed getting married was because of travel, which is probably no surprise because our lives do revolve around travel these days. In the future, Andrew, he's teaching online at the moment, but he does want to get back into the classroom and spend an academic year in another country. And we've been discussing a lot which countries we wanted to go to, and the shortlist included places that have quite strict visa laws. So while Andrew would get a visa for his teaching, I wouldn't have one because I'm just a freelancer. So it would be very difficult for us to live in one place. I would have to, I don't know what would happen. I'd have to leave the country every few months, or if that was even allowed. So the easiest way
we just wouldn't do it.
Or we just wouldn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the easiest way to deal with that would be to get married.
Yeah.
So that was really the primary reason for it, is so that we can legally live together in a different country.
And another reason is that when we eventually do go back to the UK, being married will make things easier. For example, getting a mortgage when we want to buy a house. And I think you also get certain tax breaks for being a married couple rather than just partners.
So why did we choose to get married in Thailand? Well, first of all, we haven't lived in the UK for nearly 4 years now, and it doesn't make sense for us to get married there right now.
Mm-hmm. Secondly, it's much cheaper to get married here in Thailand. We got the whole legal process done for under £400, and that includes flights from Chiang Mai to Bangkok to go to the British Embassy. We know that getting married in the UK can cost a lot of money, and that's just not something we wanted to spend all our savings on. We're really trying to build our savings and put those towards our future.
Also, we just didn't want a fuss. We're not the type of people that like to have everybody looking at us, to have a big shindig for ourselves, that people feel they have to buy us things and do things. Like, we just don't want any of that fuss, because it doesn't mean marriage to us. I understand that some people, for them, a wedding is like a big thing and it's a big rite of passage in their life, which is totally fair enough. That's fine for them, but for us it's not a big deal. So yeah, that's it. We thought we would just keep it simple. We're living here in Thailand at the moment. It makes sense to do the marriage in Thailand. It's pretty simple and cheap to do it here, so that's what we decided to do.
Yeah. And the actual marriage, our wedding as such, doesn't necessarily mean that we're more committed to each other than we were before. Nothing's changed in that respect. So how did we get married here in Thailand? We'll actually put together another video that goes into more detail about the process you need to go through and how much it costs to actually get married in Thailand. But here's a quick rundown of what you need to do.
Yeah. So first of all, we had to get certificates from the British Embassy in Bangkok to say that we were free to marry, so that we hadn't been married before and been divorced or anything like that. So we had to take a weekend trip down to Bangkok back in November and get that done. It was a fairly easy process.
For the rest of the process, we took the easier option and we hired a solicitor in Chiang Mai.
So he translated our certificates into Thai, took them to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and got them notarized, and then he took us to the Ampur office last week, which is the place where you register marriages, and just signed the papers, and that was it. And then now he's translating this marriage certificates from Thai back into English. Just a note, if you do get married abroad, then as long as you go through the legal process of that country and you have the certificate, then it's a legal marriage back in the UK.
Yes, he's currently translating the marriage certificates, so if we ever do need to show them back in the UK for whatever reasons, we will have an English copy.
Yeah. So everything the solicitor's done for us is costing about £160, and then the certificates of freedom to marry from the British Embassy in Bangkok cost £50 each.
So together that costs about £260. Our return flights to Bangkok bumped that up a bit, but that's still pretty cheap for a wedding.
Yeah, we got married for less than £400 basically.
Usually when people get married abroad, for example in Thailand, they will go through the same legal process as us, but they will also have maybe a big wedding ceremony as well. If you are interested in getting married in Thailand, like I said before, we will put together a more detailed video about the process you need to go through and how much it all costs exactly.
Yeah.
So, thanks very much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, leave them below and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks again for watching. Bye.
Bye.